Hi everyone, welcome to Carmen's Australian Storytime. Today I am reading a fun book called Louse. A louse is like a flea and it loves to travel on animals and their nice furry hair. No blurb today. Let's see what Larry Louse gets up to. Once upon a time, in an enchanted garden, there was a louse called Larry. Larry lived happily in the soft curly hair of a young child, with his little umbrella to protect him from baths and smelly shampoos. But one day he fell to the ground while the child was playing in the garden. Before Larry could leap back into his cosy home, the child had gone. So he picked up his bag and his umbrella and set out to find a new home. I didn't expect him to be on a child, did you? On his way, he met Bartley Bumblebee. Do you know of an old dog whose fur I could live in for a while? Larry asked Bartley. I've never come across a dog or a cat in this garden, replied Bartley. He suggested that Betty Bee may be able to help and showed Larry the way to her house. The louse is very tiny compared to the bee. Larry tapped on Betty's front door with his blue umbrella, but there was no answer, so he tapped a little louder. Still no answer. During the summer, bees are often away from their homes collecting honey, and that's where Betty was on that day. Drat, said Larry, I'll just have to manage on my own. While flying through the garden, Bartley spotted Betty gathering pollen into her sack. Hello, Bartley. Beautiful day, cried Betty. Oh, hello, said the surprised Bartley. I thought you were at home. Why? Asked the little bee, intrigued. Because someone is waiting to see you. Someone as ugly as a louse. Oop, I think I skipped a page. Oh no. Let's see, said Betty, puzzled. If the someone is as ugly as a louse, it must surely be a louse. And lice love honey, declared Bartley mischievously. Oh no, not my honey, cried the little bee, and quickly buzzed home. She hurried inside, straight to the cupboard where she kept the honey. Luckily, none of her honey was missing. That night, Betty was woken by a suspicious noise. She lit her candle and tiptoed across the floor to investigate. Maybe it was that ugly louse trying to break into her honey cupboard. Luckily, there was no one there, so Betty blew out her candle and went back to bed. False alarm. Do you sometimes hear noises at your house? Sometimes I do. In fact, the noise had come from the old abandoned house next door, where Larry had been working away all night. When Betty got out of bed the next morning, the first thing she saw was Larry putting up a sign that said, Larry's Hair Salon. Now, Betty was a very fashion-conscious bee, so that same day she paid a visit to the new hairdresser. I think you need something a bit younger looking, said Larry. He picked up his brush and scissors and set to work. There you are, a masterpiece. Larry proudly handed Betty a little mirror to show her the result. It's different, said Betty, and went to show her friends her new hairstyle. Do you think he's a good hairdresser? Yeah, no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure either. Along the way, Betty met Bartley Bumblebee and Benny Butterfly. Did a firecracker explode on your head, Betty? Laughed Bartley. More like a bomb, you mean, teased Benny. Thanks, grumbled Betty, feeling rather hurt at her friend's reaction. She hurried back to Larry's hair salon as quickly as she could. Oh, I don't think Larry did a very good job. Meanwhile, a gnome was strolling through the garden and stumbled across Larry's hair salon. He had a fat little nose as red as his hat, and his long white beard fell down to his shoes like a carpet of snow. Oh, are you making a prediction like I am? Larry Louse is looking for a nice, comfy, furry home. Being a very inquisitive garden gnome, he leant forward and tried to push his head through Larry's front door. "Is anyone there?" he called. When Larry spotted the fluffy white beard, he grabbed his bag and his umbrella and leapt into the soft curls. He had found a new home. It was a big mistake, wasn't it? That's why, when Betty turned up at the salon to ask Larry to fix her hair, she couldn't find him anywhere. Funnily enough, she did pass a little garden gnome who was scratching madly at his beard. Oh no, he doesn't look very happy to have Larry taking up residence in his beard. What do you reckon? Well, I love that book. What a great book about insects and the fun that you can have with your imagination. Thank you for joining me on Carmen's Australian Storytime, and I look forward to reading to you again soon. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Bye for now.